At this time, karibu, karibu, karibu. We are privileged to have our wonderful guests, Ruth Mudhuri, who is a consultant, investment consultant, an insurance agent, and we've talked much about mitigating risk. And today our programs, we were talking generally on areas whereby we are involved in risk. In other words, risk management. You can follow us on Facebook on Mugwe TV. Or you can follow us on YouTube and Mugwe TV Kenya, all at Mugwe TV Twitter handle. Wonderful. Welcome back, Ruth.
Thank you.
No, we were talking about education.
Yes.
It's a risk by itself.
Yes, it is a risk by itself, which means we have seen most of sometimes
Yes.
when there's a loss of parents.
Yes.
The parents are not there to educate this particular child.
Mm-hmm.
Then this particular child's education is left in chance.
Oh,
The way it can go, his future can go, or her future can go from that level, it's a risk by itself. Because you find that now you cannot be so sure what will happen to the education of this child. And the way we know that education is the future. It is like laying a foundation for your children.
So when you're managing risk,
Yes.
when you say transferring the risk, you
Yes.
meaning that education is classified as a part of the risk.
Yeah.
It can be transferred to an insurance.
Yes.
And especially, I've seen people whereby students are chased out of the school and they get self-esteem because
Yes.
basically when a child is chased out of school because of school fees,
Yes.
it is not his or her responsibility to know where the school fees is going to come from.
Exactly.
It is a parent responsibility to make sure that the children is in school.
Yes.
Now, when a situation like when a child loses parents,
Yes.
that's where education policy comes in.
Okay. Generally, it is not about only when the parents are not there.
So they can work both.
It can work both.
Yes.
Because it's also an education plan. It's also a way of saving for the education of that child. So the education policy can work either from the survival of the parents or not.
Or not.
Actually, it becomes much better and it works much better if you hand an education plan for a child. If it happens that that parent is not there, then the education of that child, that is now when we are talking of now we transfer the risk. Because now what happens in case of loss of parents, still the child will be educated depending with the plan that the parents had. Yes.
Yes.
So and the insurance companies do that through something we call a waiver of the amount you pay to the insurance companies so that you can have a contract. We call it a premium.
A premium.
So in case of death of the parents, then the waiver of premium occurs. And then now it means that as the way that parent had planned for the education of the child, it is still continues without any payments of the premiums. Yes. And it is not only in that situation of death, it can also happen in case, and again, something I remember, when there is death of the parents, there is even the responsibility of taking care of that child. Yes. So when you have an education plan, again, there is some amount that is given to the left parent or the guardian, the next of kin. That's the parent, the person who had the policy and chosen to become like a guardian to this child in case they are not there.
Are they
We
called?
call them next of
Next of kin, not beneficiaries.
not beneficiaries.
Not beneficiary. Why you
The beneficiary is the child.
The child and
because it's the child who will benefit from
the policy.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
I have another question, and I know our viewers could share with me the same questions concerning other types of risk.
Yes.
Investments risk. We've talked about when you put up a business.
Mhm.
All right now, people are planting,
Yes.
and there is this risk that comes out of control. Maybe you're doing an agribusiness.
Yes.
Maybe you're doing farming. Do we mitigate risk? Do companies, do insurance accept transfer of such kind of a risk?
Yes.
Talk to us about
Okay,
it.
some insurance company, they accept what we call crop insurance. In case of failure of the rains, as you called it, then the farmer can be compensated. In case of death of maybe you're doing cattle, dairy farming.
Dairy farming.
Yes. You can also do an insurance cover for your cows. You know that?
I never knew this.
Yes,
I
you
never
can
knew
do.
our viewers.
You can do insurance covers for your cows. Actually, insurance deal with loss of money. Like, for example, if you lose your cows, it means there is no income that is coming in.
So generally, you are, as an individual, you are a risk manager. You manage those risks.
Yes, we manage those risks because actually
risk.
the concept of insurance, it is to sustain you at the same level financially as you were before the occurrence of the risk.
So there is no need for somebody to carry the risk.
There is no need of carrying the risk. I actually don't see the reasons why somebody should do that. You do investment, you put a lot of money on it, and then you don't cover it, and the only thing that the insurance company is asking is just for a small amount to cover the bigger risk.
So from today, our viewers, don't accept the risk.
Yes.
Transfer it to where it is transferred.
Risk.
To somebody who has muscles and financial muscles to carry the risk.
Yes.
I think that is one of the most news I've heard today, that instead of carrying the risk, one can transfer it.
Yes.
Even border people, you don't have to carry that risk of losing your motorbike, losing your lives, maybe, and especially because investment of border, mostly it's for young people.
Yes.
And you find the ones, those who fall under category of age between 35 and maybe after school. Mostly we find them there from 20 to 35.
Yes.
Those are the riders of motorbike. And most of them, they have young families.
Yes.
So one way of making sure that your life is it's not at stake, it's transferring your risk.
Transfer risk. You can do what we call a PA, that is personal accident cover. And then you can insure also your motor vehicle. So in case of the loss of the motorcycle, then the company compensates you. In case of a personal accident, and the company will still cover the person that you are you're riding.
You're riding the motorbike.
Yes. So it covers the passenger and the driver. The driver should have what we call a personal accident cover.
Right.
So in case of an accident, they are able to be compensated.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you, our viewers. And maybe now, as we finalize our program today, would you tell us, give us your contact, your email, give us your email and your contact, where we can find you. Do you have an office? You can look straight to the camera.
Yes. Thank you, viewers, for listening to us. It will be a pleasure serving you. My contacts are, you can contact me on my mobile number, which is 0791 423357, or you can also contact me on my email address, which is Ruth Mudhuri, yes, at yahoo.com, I hope you got that. You can also contact me on my official email address, which is ruth.mudhuri@cicgroup.ke.com.
Wonderful, wonderful. As we have wrapped it up, we want to thank you, our viewers. Talk to Stanley show continue next week on Wednesday, same place, same time. Talk to Stanley show. God bless you. Shalom. Thank you.
There is no place like home. That is why we bring you a home away from home. Welcome to the Orient Hotel, located in Marima, in the heart of Tharaka Nithi County, along the Meru-Embu Highway. The Orient Hotel is a combination of beauty, elegance, humanity, and nature at its best, making it the perfect getaway for romantic dates. We organize trips to the Meru National Park, through the Ura Gate, hikes to Mount Kenya, and just from the balcony view in our facility, one gets to see